Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between ShoWTimE and Neeb on Frozen Temple. In the top left side of the map we have the blue Protoss player, it is ShoWTimE. And in the bottom right side of the map we have the red Protoss player, it is Neeb. Alright, so a PvP for you guys from IEM IEM Shanghai 2016. And let's go ahead and get right on into it. ShoWTimE is our blue Protoss player hailing from the nation of Germany. He's a very, very excellent and solid Protoss player in his own right. Neeb is an American and kind of upcoming younger Protoss player sponsored by Ting, which is, I think he's the only player in StarCraft 2 that is being sponsored by Ting, so good for him. Kind of has his own little clan there. ShoWTimE is from Team Millennium, which is pretty popular in Europe, especially in Germany and France, I've noticed, is where a lot of their players come from. Alright, so again, a lot of PvP is kind of the same thing at the beginning. Double assimilator, you have a gateway here, you have a worker coming. Somebody might choose to drones or probe scout, there it is. Neeb choosing to do that one. And yep, second gateway coming up as well. The only question is what come out of these gateways, and the answer, I feel like the correct answer is going to be Stalker in PvP. Some guys go for Adepts, which is fine. It's just Stalkers are faster than Adepts are. They hit them pretty hard. Adepts do no extra damage versus Stalkers, so in a straight-up fight, they're pretty much useless. So we'll see who decides to go for what here. There's that Cybernetics core. Once it is complete, we will see exactly what these players want to do with it. And then we will know. So 2 workers on the gas here for ShoWTimE tells me probably Adept, and 3 here tells me probably Stalker. Let's see if we're right about that. Let's see here. Neeb is trying to steal some minerals off of his opponent. And Cyber Core is just now starting to warp in. I guess those are gateways that are starting to warp in. Pylon there too. Not getting supply blocked. These players are way too good to get supply blocked at this stage in the game. That would be so embarrassing. And it is Adept out of ShoWTimE. So double Adept and double Stalker out of Neeb. Hooray! Look at me reading stuff, you guys. Check that action out. Alright, so Neeb scouting things around, seeing exactly what's going on. Double Adept out of ShoWTimE. I'd like to talk to somebody who tells me the reasoning behind getting Adepts in PvP. I just don't. Did you just cancel those Stalkers? Stalkers canceled, you guys. Christmas is canceled. Neeb, what are you doing? Ah, ShoWTimE is now following up with Stalkers, which is fine. And his Adepts are moving out. I mean, are you planning on defending against these Adepts with a Mothership Core? I suppose, did that? What is happening? When did he start that? Alright, so Neeb decided to actually go for a Nexus and then start his Stalkers, figuring he can hold out long enough for that Nexus to get up before his Stalkers are needed. And he's not wrong about that. I mean, these Adepts are going to show up. Photon Overcharge should shoo them away momentarily. If you want to finish that transfer, you're in so much trouble right now. Oh, and he does. And he does. Photon Overcharge getting some big-time hits out. Where did those Stalkers go? There's one. Mothership Core raining down fire from above with her ping-pong balls. And yeah, I just can... Nope. She can't escape, and neither can she, honestly, I don't think. That Stalker with some pretty good micro can make this thing happen. 5 probes died there. The Adepts actually killed 5 probes in that attack. That's crazy times. I did not see that happening at all. One more. No, it survives. It survives and goes where? Did it try to come back on in and die? I think it looks like it tried to come back in here and die. Alright, that's fine. So, that's interesting. That's really interesting. 5 workers killed. 25 to 23. ShoWTimE has that lead. Alright, I mean, I guess you're going to say ShoWTimE won that early thing. If Neeb had just straight up made his Stalkers instead of canceling them and going for the base, I don't think he would have lost as many workers, but at the same time, his Nexus is up way before ShoWTimE's was. So maybe that's enough of an advantage to make it worth it. Neeb is working on a robotics facility. Warp Prism for ShoWTimE on the way, and Twilight Council for the Neebers. I shouldn't call him Neebers. Neeblet. We'll call him Neeblet, as sometimes that was what he goes by on ladder games and professional tournaments, depending on where he is. Okay, Warp Prism action here for ShoWTimE. Is ShoWTimE planning on Adept Warp Prism stuff? It sure looks like it. It sure looks like he is. Pushing on out with some Adepts of his own is Neeb. Just that. The Stalker is going to stay home and play base defense. Resonating Glaives on the way for Neeb, which means he is planning on getting at least 5 Adepts in this game. Probably a lot more. Observer there for our friend Neeb. And Warp Prism pushing on out. Alright, so sitting here with some sentries and a couple Stalkers. The Adepts do manage to get inside this base, but there are a couple Adepts waiting. And a Mothership Core. They decide, that was a scout. That was totally a scout. We were just going in to see what's going on. We were going to try to kill anything. Nope. Not us. Tries to see anything that comes out of the robotics facility. Doesn't see it. Hallucinated Phoenix running around trying to kill some stuff. Warp Prism coming in from the north. Stalker's ready for that sucker, though. Yeah! Good reaction time by ShoWTimE, though. Getting out of there just in time. And the Adepts decide to come on back home. It is better to play base defense than try to be aggressive against a player that's ready for you, says Neeb. You're not going to finish that. There's no way you can finish that. He finished it! Why the heck would you finish it? That was weird. Maybe it was an accident. Maybe he didn't mean to. I don't know. Both players hallucinated Phoenixing their way to information, which is very good indeed. Both players are getting immortals. Both players getting their resonating glaives. A +1 ground weapons on the way for Neeb. No sign of upgrades at all for ShoWTimE. I'm trying to remember if he's a big fan of upgrades. I think he is, especially in ZVP. I'm not sure how much he cares about it in PvZ, though. This Warp Prism's taking some hull damage. You don't want to take hull damage, because that means you can't regain it. And you're a little bit more squishy the next time you come back in. Alright, so let's take stock. ShoWTimE's up 74 to 69 total supply, 33 to 27 on the armor supply, and a little bit down, 41 to 42 on worker count. Alright, so what do we got here? Both players just continuing to make immortals. Immortals are super good in PvP. They just do so well against Stalkers, and Stalkers are such a staple. It's just, immortals are pretty much necessary. Archons can be good too. Seen a lot of Archon play. Some Oracles with Stasis Ward have also been fun in the PvPs that we've seen in the past. But right now, both players choosing just to hang out. It makes sense for ShoWTimE. He's defending his new third base. But Neeb, I don't see any sign of him going for a third. Warp Prism on up here, trying to do some stuff. And the Adepts picked up, boosted out. And they escaped. Did they kill any more workers there? What do we got? 10 workers killed by ShoWTimE. That's not horrible. That is not horrible at all. So just patience right now from ShoWTimE. Just trying to do what he can to whittle down his opponent. Make his army a little bit smaller so when the time comes, he's a little bit stronger. And can win that. Templar Archives just now wrapping up for Neeb. Likely going to be Archon rather than Storm. I just don't know that we see a lot of Storm in PvP. Just because the damage it does is really more calibrated to low HP units like Marines and Zerglings and Hydras and stuff. And none of those exist in PvP. Everything has just, they're just tanky as crap is what they are here. Adept has 150 hit points right off the bat. Coming on in. Oh, the Adepts from Neeb show up. Turnabout is fair play as per usual. Killing 4 probes there. An army showing up trying to deal with this third base. Can they force a cancel on the third? Yes! Good timing by ShoWTimE, forcing a cancel on that third base. And killing a couple Adepts because, hey, as long as we're here, why not? Neeb not really moving to defend that at all, actually. I think he's happy about the workers that he killed. Might as well kill these ones too. There's a quick warp, and can the Adepts kill the probes before the defensive Adepts show up? And yes, they absolutely can if they try to. They didn't really try to. They tried to kill the Adepts that were warping in instead. Oh, snipe! Little snipe there from Neeb. That was funny. 111 to 100 total supply, and it is 41 to 42 total harvesters. A drop back on here, though, with that Warp Prism. Photon Overcharge taking out the Phoenix instead of the Warp Prism. That's pretty funny stuff. Neeb, again, with the whittling action. Just trying to slowly whittle down his opponent. Photon Overcharge does come up. Can the Stalkers heal that Warp Prism? No attack upgrades means probably not. Is that +2? +2 for Neeb. If he wins this game, I'm going to go ahead and credit upgrades. Going to do it. Dark Templar on the way for ShoWTimE. Just caught a glimpse of that one. And actual Archons. Oh, I'm just kidding. Turn them into Archons instead. That's weird. Why would you... I don't know. What is the difference, I guess, from going Templar into Archon versus Dark Templar into Archon? Is there a reason to do one or the other? Protoss players, let me know in the comments. You can let Falcon Paladin get some more knowledge, which is always good. Dropping off the kids at the pool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boosting on in with that psionic transfer ability. And here comes Neeb. A lot of Adepts in this army. That +1 attack has finished. Immortals, Archons too. Is this going to turn into... I don't know. I mean, there's nothing to defend here against this, unfortunately. The probes do manage to run for their lives. Going to go saturate that base, I suppose. Guardian Shield is up and trying to kill that base. Trying to not worry about the Archons. Force Fields kind of messing up Neeb's plan here. And still, the stutter step backward is what he's doing at this point. It's 3 Immortal versus 4 Immortal. Neeb has 4 of them. Meanwhile, this attack did get cleaned up. These guys are happily mining without too much issue, and Neeb decides it is time to retreat and possibly force the army back with all of his Adepts using a psionic transfer. Is he coming back? Neeb seems really undecided right now. I'm not sure what he wants to do. Third base is sneaky third base. Sneaky third base. Is that another hallucinated Phoenix? Probably. Probably it was. And coming back to defend the base that ShoWTimE does not know exist. ShoWTimE saying, why aren't you taking a third, Neeb? You have to have a third somewhere. He's going to check this. Right, War Prism absolutely going to check this base. Yep, and then probably head here next of all if he was him. Now he decides actually to go home. So all he knows is that there is not a base, not a third base for Neeb anywhere, which has got to confuse him. This is a weird place to take a third, but I guess if you're playing mind games, it's probably what you want to do if you are Neeb. Resources lost, 2,100 to 2,400. Neeb has lost more than his opponent, ShoWTimE. Couple of Adepts trying to do stuff, but one of them gets murdered immediately, and the other one might actually survive to finish this sonic transfer. No! Instead cancels it and keeps hoping it this way. Phoenix on in here too. Couple of Adepts just scanning on and not really able to kill anything. +3 attack on the way for Neeb. ShoWTimE, I thought I saw some upgrades there. Yes! +1 attack has completed for ShoWTimE, so it's been enough time that he's got it started, but Neeb just has such an advantage. And he's so ahead on this one. I don't know. I do not know who's going to win this thing. PvPs are hard for me to call. You guys, army supply is 115 to 101. Worker supply. So worker supply up for Neeb, but army supply up for ShoWTimE. And upgrade advantage better for Neeb. So, place your votes now. An actual DT coming in with his Reaper. With his Reaper? With his Scythe? Is that what it's called? It's actually a Scythe. Right into this mineral line. No static defense and no detection. Immediately going to town there. An attempt to drop on in here, but triple photon overcharge chasing those suckers away. Probes running for their lives away from this DT. We have the same thing over here. Adepts just trying to kill workers on this side of the map. The army coming on over to try to deal with a base he knows exists now. He did scout it, apparently. Adepts being killed by photon overcharge down on that way, and gets cleaned up over here. We're going to turn into a giant confrontation here. It's 158 to 167 total supply. Both players have taken some hits, have taken their lumps. The question is, who is going to come out on top? Archons. Boom. Looking fantastic. And Neeb really does not want to engage here. He's running for his life. Is he just giving up his third? He might just be giving up his third. Can they get that Warp Prism? That would be nice. No, the Warp Prism is too fast. The Warp Prism does manage to escape here. Are the Adepts going to finish that transfer? They're thinking about it. Guardian Shield is up here as well. All right. All right. I mean, come on, you guys. Do this thing. Commit. Commit. I command you to commit. Nope. All right. So Neeb's is going to lose this base. Neeb, what are you doing? Why would you just give this thing up? I don't understand. That thing's going to die so quickly. Third base just completely gone. ShoWTimE loses almost nothing in exchange. And Neeb says, maybe I shouldn't have just retreated fully and let my third base die, because ShoWTimE got a huge advantage from taking that out without losing any of his army. None of it. 148 to 125 total supply. Neeb, is he going to commit? No. Dang it, Neeb. Come on, man. You can do this thing. ShoWTimE wants to commit. ShoWTimE's committing here. Great Conkai cave already set up here by ShoWTimE. More Archons morphing on in. Archon count is huge. All right, Neeb, let's do this thing. No, cancels. No, he canceled. And does pick off a few units on this side, which is nice. That is pretty good. Takes out an Archon, takes out a couple of Adepts and a Stalker. Some Adepts over here taking the same thing, and here we go. Force fields coming up on both sides here. The Immortals are going to be massive in this thing. Neeb's Immortals are not taking much damage at all at this point. Can he win this thing? The Adepts trying to do it on their own. I'm not sure if it is going to be enough. ShoWTimE with his Immortal versus two Immortals, though. Bam! Does end up falling there. It's a very, very close battle, but it looks all the world like Neeb is going to win this thing somehow. Whoa, Neeb 109 to 51 total supply. How did he do that? Alright, so Neeb on the counterattack. In production are some Adepts, and that's it. A GG from ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE is defeated. Neeb is victorious. Wow! What a play there by Neeb. I thought for sure he was dead in the water. He lost that base. His army was smaller. ShoWTimE. I guess, I mean, what did I say? If Neeb wins this game, I'm going to go ahead and credit upgrades. So I'm going to credit upgrades. He had +3. ShoWTimE had +2. Neeb's Immortal count, I think, was a little bit more. He had 4 in the end anyway. And like I said, his Immortals were able to sit back there without taking any damage and just deal it. Just deal with the Stalkers. Just deal with his opponent's Immortals as well. And in the end, I think that's what it was. It was pretty good positioning by both these guys. The force fields were a little haphazard, I think, out of both of them as well. Didn't really come into play. But wow, wow, wow. What a comeback by Neeb. I thought for sure he was dead in the water, but ShoWTimE, nope. Surprisingly, did not expand while he was attacking there. Didn't really have anything to fall back on and just somehow got crushed in that battle. I don't know. It was good, though. It was a good one, and that's it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.